Hello, and welcome to our wedding vlog part 1. We are currently looking at wedding venues this week, so we are going to take you along to take a look at the venues we're looking at. So I figured out that I'm really bad at vlogging and I did not get very much footage of any of the venues so far. I just am in the moment and I'm listening to everything and they're answering my questions and whatnot. So I will link all the venues that we're going to, and I obviously will have the footage that I do have. So far we've gone to 4 venues technically. The first one we went to was the Grand LV, and that's in Niles. I know some people that have gotten married there before and the pictures looked really nice, so we definitely went there first. Price wise, it's one of the cheapest options. It doesn't fit as many people as all the other venues, but we're thinking probably around 150, 175 people. So I think at that one, the ceremony wouldn't be able to fit more than 150 or something. The reception would, which could be fine. We could just invite less to the ceremony and then have more at the reception, which that's what most people like to go for weddings anyways. So that one was nice. The ceremony was on one floor with the lounges to get ready. But then the reception was downstairs, which wasn't a huge deal because they do have a handicap ramp that comes from the back. Problems, it's in town Niles, so the parking situation's not great. And then there's not really any outdoor picture areas without leaving and probably driving a little bit. And I don't really want to leave in the middle of the ceremony and the reception to get our pictures. I would rather just do it there, but I would want some outside ones, so there's not really anywhere right there. And we don't have a caterer or bartender, so we would have to find our own, which isn't a huge deal, but the other venues do already have catering services as well, so that would make those a little easier. So those are kind of the main things. Oh, and there's a bakery attached to it, which it closes at 2. So it's not there would be people going through our wedding, because our wedding will be after that. And the second one we went to was also in Niles, but not in town. It's a little more in the country. The Morris Estates. So that one was really nice. So there's a chapel that we would get married in. There's the suites for the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, which was super nice. Both of them were really nice, and they serve you food and everything before the wedding. But yeah, the chapel's nice. It would just be a very beautiful ceremony, I think, through there. And the main thing I like about them is they have a whole catalog of decor, all different colors and designs. You get to use them for free. We wouldn't have to buy anything or pay additional fees for things, so that was nice. And then there's a tent that would be outside for the reception, and they have a little space in between, outdoor space that would be nice for a cocktail hour. And so they have a caterer and a bartender there that they use. So, and the food looked real nice. We got filet mignons on there, salmon. So could be real bougie, you know. Really liked that one. Kevin wasn't a huge fan of the parking, and there's no air conditioning in a tent, obviously. So those were kind of the only real things that we could think of. And the parking's not even that bad. It's just like across the street. But there's a lot of parking spaces. You just have to cross the street. But they do have a golf cart that they bring people back and forth on if they want. And then after that, we went to a venue in South Bend called The Brick. And that's another one that I know a lot of people who have gotten married there, and their pictures looked so nice. And then we got there and it just was not what we were thinking. So their photographers and videographers are just really good at their jobs, I think. Or we went at a bad day, I don't know. But it was just like dirty, and I don't know, it just was not what we were thinking. So that one was an open house, and we walked through it ourselves. But yeah, so we definitely were not a fan of that one. Obviously, we didn't even go through the whole tour. And then today we are just now leaving Bread and Chocolate, which is in Goshen, Indiana. So it's a little further out of a way for our guests compared to some of our other options, but it's not too crazy out of the way. And I mean, it was nice, but I don't know if it was the right like vibe that especially Kevin would be going for. It was a little more like antique and like rustic. It was beautiful, and it's a really old building. But the parking again was really big for us, I guess. So yeah, the parking wasn't great. It was kind of confusing. So it's like in like a little like mall. So there's like 3 floors, and it's on the 3rd floor, and you have to like go through like little shops and stuff to get there. They did say that they have staff that will like point you in the direction like your guests like the day of. They have a lot of signs that they use, so they probably wouldn't get as lost as we did. I liked how it looked, so I did get some like video and pictures of that. The lady was really nice that gave us the tour. Ceremony and reception stuff is like all like on that same floor, but it's kind of broken up a little bit, and there's kind of like a little room in the middle, and they're not even really rooms because they have like the big like arched doors to get to each spot, and if you open those up, like it'll be still pretty open but still kind of like split up, so you could do like your cocktail hour in the middle. She even said that after dinner you could have like your dancing in that middle room. So it could be kind of multi-purpose, and you can kind of do whatever you want with the rooms. You can also book it separately, like you don't have to have the whole floor. You can just do like the ceremony or just do the reception. But with the amount of people that we want to invite comfortably, it would make more sense to just book the floor. And then there won't be like a second wedding like right next to us, because I was thinking that might be a little annoying. But yeah, I think if the look of it was a little more like what Kevin would be wanting, then, and I guess that's maybe not necessarily the look that I want either. I don't know. We still have another one to go to tomorrow, and that's probably gonna be the last one. Really, I'd be happy getting married any of them besides the one we left, especially the one today, the Bread and Chocolate, or the Morris Estates also. So I'm a few days late. It's been a very busy week. The last wedding venue we went to the other day was the Armory, and that was in South Bend. So it was really nice. I actually got more videos of that one than any of the others. So the only downfalls to that one was, well, there wasn't like a groom's suite, so like there was nowhere for the guys to get ready.
for the wedding. And then there wasn't very much space for the ceremony because it's like all one big room basically. And the reception, like we'll have all the tables already set up. So it would basically be like the reception and the ceremony would be like in the same area. And it was like all set up before the ceremony. So I just didn't really like the idea of having to like walk through all the tables and like have the chairs setting up. So, well, in the video, I guess you'll be able to see it. It's kind of hard to explain it. But, so yeah, we ended up picking a venue already. So we are gonna go with the Morris Estates. Overall, that really fits like Kevin and I the most. And just kind of like our vibe. And we don't really have any complaints about that one, other than Kevin just being picky about the weather, which, I mean, it's gonna be May 27th, so it's not always super hot by that time, so hopefully like an evening wedding, it won't be too hot. It's not like we're doing it in the middle of summer at 1 p.m. or something, so I'm super excited. We've got lots more planning to do, but at least we have this main step done, and then we can do the rest now that we have a date set. So next up is we're doing an engagement party next month, so gotta do some planning for that. And then also we already know who we want our bridesmaids and groomsmen to be. It's kind of an easy pick, so I got some stuff ordered and we're gonna put together our proposal boxes, so I'll definitely get some video of that. Some of the stuff is chilling on the table right now. Big Target girl, so Target, Etsy, some Amazon stuff. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you like this video and make sure to subscribe so that way you're notified every time I make a post, because there's going to be a lot more wedding vlogs to go from here. Lily, seriously?